So, before we get started, I want to share some good news for those who are a part of my Patreon. Since I am jobless, yes, I have time for the book club that I kept promising but never really started, and I have chosen a book. We will be discussing the book The Sum of Us by Heather McGhee. The book discusses how racism affects all of us, white people included. Now, if you're not a part of my Patreon and would like to join, just follow the link tree link in my bio. Yes. Now, let's get started with today's discussion. So, as you know, we have been discussing slavery, right? We've been overcompensating for Florida and other red states that like to tell a fairy tale version of African American history. So, today we'll be coming from the book A History of African Americans to 1880, this book here, edited by Robin D. G. Kelly and Earl Lewis. It's in my Amazon storefront. Follow the link in my bio. Yep. And we have, over the last few discussions, we have defined what a slave is. We've defined slavery. We've defined chattel slavery, and we have discussed what a slave auction is. But have we discussed what slavery is? I mean, what it actually looks like. Well, let's take a high level look at what it was, especially once cotton took over as the major export of the United States. Now, the average enslaved person worked 14 hours in the summer and 10 hours in the winter. That's about average, okay? During harvest time, enslaved people worked 18 hours in the sun in piercing heat. Now, cotton was a year-round production. January and February, enslaved people, they finished ginning and pressing cotton and then hauling it to wagons for it to be shipped. And then they turned around in March and April and got the soil ready to plant more cotton. From May to July, August, they spent that time making sure that the cotton was growing, tending to the soil, tending to the crops, watering, weeding, etc., so that by August, the crops were ready to be picked. And that's what they did. In August, they would pick the cotton, a process that lasted until January. And they were expected to pick about 130 to 150 pounds of cotton per day. Enslaved workers placed each cotton boil into a sack slung around their necks. 130 to 150 pounds of cotton in a sack slung around their necks. Young children ran water across the rows while overseers peered down from horses. And it wasn't just cotton. Indigo, tobacco, hemp, and sugar were year-round crops as well. Now, if anybody did not meet production for the day, they were punished. And how were they punished? Punishment usually came in the form of whippings. Now, agriculture was not the only chore. No, because new land needed to be cleared, ditches needed to be dug, cleaned, and repaired. Fences needed to be built and repaired. Wood needed to be cut and hauled. Vegetables needed to be grown. In the evening, men cut wood while women prepared meals, spun thread, wove cloth, and made clothes. And that's just enslaved people who worked in the field. Enslaved people who worked in the house were on duty 24/7. They were on call day and night. They did all of the cooking, all of the cleaning. They did the laundry. They sewed the clothes, raised the children, breastfed babies. They took care of the mistress and the master. One enslaved person said, "We were constantly exposed to the whims and passions of every member of the family, which included insults, angry outbursts, whippings, and SA. They were expected to show deference to the master, the overseer, all white people. They had to bow in the presence of white people, give way to white people walking in their path, and they were subject to the whippings of white children. They had to approach the big house with supplication and humility, and they could not be sullen or show any type of dissatisfaction with their station in life. Former enslaved person Henry Watson said the slaveholder watches every move of the slave, and if he is downcast or sad, in fact, if they are in any mood but laughing and singing and manifesting symptoms of perfectly content at heart, they are said to have the devil in them. Here's a not so fun fact. Self-determination. Yeah. Enslaved people were to show no self-determination. No. Because self-determination was incompatible with slavery. So if an enslaved person showed too much self-determination, they were deemed rebellious. Yeah. Now, this is in no way an exhaustive list of what slavery looked like. But on average, this is about right. Black people doing back-breaking, soul-sucking work to financially benefit white people and being forced to smile about it.